Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences.
The most common angles that the operator plays. This is like second to only B-Long. Fight is likely having a leg shot, but they're too slow! Hariri lands a perfect headshot.
Laying in the damage, shooting them on out. Going into A4, look at Sake. Laying in the middle,
Sake?
laying in the damage. Going in, revenge for their honey.
No way!
Way taller. Sake Wabe gets the quadra kill.
That was
So it kind of sounds fun, so I'll give it a chance. And then we ended up playing in high school the next 2 years together. We've been playing ever since. So he kind of taught me the game. We've been playing on a team since then, and then now we're in college, so we can't play together anymore.
We do love all the players, even the ones we shit talk. We love you all. We love you all.
Body Pluto looking for the plank. Trickster waiting, maybe looking for the steal. Pluto has his engaged. The scatter of the week comes through. Watch Levi though. Levi hasn't been touched just yet, but the damage is coming through. The melt line gets melted. Jinkwall on a killing spree, and all of Ottawa goes down.
Why, those don't go in. It goes off the sidebar.
Starting to come out, the flash is popped. The Rolling Thunder is utilized to perfection. And now it's all on Thiessen, but Thiessen just keeps on going.
Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Midwest Esports Conference Playoffs Night Number 1. JT Displays alongside Captain Soka, ready to bring you tonight's action. Captain, you look like you're grooving. You're having a good time over here.
Because I'm always having a good time. And yes, I'm grooving because we have to get in our groove tonight. It's the first night of the playoffs. So things are going to get a little intense. But before they do, I got to get the groove on, okay? I got to get into my focus. I have to realign the chi. And so does every other player that is going to be on the field tonight. Again, a lot on the line going forward for this playoff bracket. I do want to take a look at it real quick just to show how we ended up here. Take a look at this. This is going to be our seeding going into the day. Of course, our number 1 seed is going to be Ohio Northern. They automatically get a bye into the next round. And then, of course, we do have Miami, Ohio, that I think was in that number 2 seed, CSU in the 3rd, and followed up by Illinois College, so on and so forth. So again, this is what we got. This is what we're looking at tonight, JT.
Yeah, and honestly, it's one of those things where that land that happened nearly the beginning of the season there, CSU was dominant at the land, but they weren't able to parlay that success into better regular season standing. So they are going to be competing tonight against Simpson College, which again, having a much better regular season than they were on the land there. So that could be a matchup there that's interesting to look at later tonight. But right in front of us, we've got, I think, the match that I'm most excited for. A very exciting Cornell team, and they're taking up against a daunting Illinois side that's been known to just kind of ride high on those vibes sometimes.
Absolutely, especially in the second half, especially when they're working from a deficit. I don't know what it is about Illinois College, but they love to work their best when their backs are up against the wall. Speaking of, let's get to know these players. You have Viper, Run, and GG Runner 81 from Illinois College. And on the side of Cornell, you have High Flux, T-Girl Sunshine, and of course, Daddy Dido.
Daddy Dido, whatever it may be, we'll figure out which one to call him by there. But certainly, I mean, I think when you look at these two sides, we love to see the the people that drive the game for both these sides. I think are Viper and T-Girl Sunshine. Although Illinois, they do have somebody out. We've just been told Rune is not going into this time.
Yeah, what I heard is that it was Furby that's going to be taking their spot in the roster change. And the thing about Run, their name is Run. I got trolled by the best of them. One of Run's friends told me it was Rune. It looked like Rune. I thought it was Rune, but no, it's actually Run. Said so by the player themselves. So again, you got to watch out for Twitch chat. Sometimes they lie. They lie and they like to troll. And they got me, and they got Kendo too. You know, they got the best of us, but it happens to the best of us. As now we get ready to load into our next matchup, which is interesting because, you know, you mentioned Viper. I, for one, think Run is also a really big powerhouse coming from that team. But the thing about Illinois College is, you know, they don't really have set roles. They said it in an interview. They just they kind of filled the spaces where it's needed. But on the side of Cornell, after the spring clash, they definitely got a huge fan base and following from the casters on the desk as well. They impressed so many when they were able to knock out ONU. So without further ado, it will be Cornell College to score first here in game one.
Yeah, it's T-Girl pulling the strings there, setting up this pass here for Flux. iFlux there, who is, I think, known as the team captain here for this Cornell College team, but they are an absolute unit when they are working together here as we get this kickoff underway once again. They do lose the kickoff to Illinois because Viper, they're not going to sit idly by. They're going to try to equalize as quickly as they can.
Yeah, and last week we actually saw this matchup, Illinois College versus Cornell, and it came down to the wire. It was looking like Cornell was going to take that game in the last night of the regular season, and then Illinois College came and stole it away. So let's see if Cornell can correct the mistakes of last week and solidify their victory here in the first night of playoffs.
And I feel like it is fitting that these are the two teams that are kind of closest to each other in the seeding there, that they do get to face up against each other right off the bat, because I think it just adds to that rivalry of these two sides. They play off each other so well. They have very contrasting styles of play there, but it makes for a very exciting and fun match to watch.
It most certainly does. And also I like Daddy Dido or Daddy Dido, whatever their name may be, because they're one of the few players I still see in the Dominus, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the old meta that the Dami once was, and it's really refreshing
Daddy
to
Dido,
see.
I can't.
I love it. I mean, when you say it all at once, it does sound a little extra, doesn't it? But meanwhile, you got the Dami Daddy Dido coming in with the off the backboard save, and they're able to clear it away.
Nice clear here by Furby, but it's dangerous now as Daddy Dido looking to make this in another attack there. This is very dangerous from Cornell. Can they get past the defense this time? Finally cleared away by Viper as he's working to try to turn this into a counterattacking opportunity, but T-Girl shuts it down before it becomes too dangerous. And now it's up to Cornell College to try to rally this defense and get back on the horse.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now it's been like a real back and forth, and it's only been one goal scored, and it has been by Cornell College as they look to score again. And again, you know, that's the thing with Illinois is that they have to warm up. They're usually not the first to score, but a lot of the times they are the last. So again, don't sleep on Illinois just yet. Still plenty of time to go as we get ready to approach halftime.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 35 seconds and thereabouts as Viper gets demoed here in the air. Now a shot comes in and T-Girl Sunshine doubles the lead for Cornell.
And that's what we love to see, particularly me. I love the demos, mid-air demo, by the way, and then it just sets up the smoke screen perfectly. And that's what you have to bring to the playoffs. You cannot be afraid to take the gloves off and play physical. Those demo plays will make goals happen. And just like that, it is Cornell with a comfortable 2-goal cushion right at halftime.
Yeah, there's nothing that Furby could have done on that defensively there. You can't see the ball, so you just kind of have to guess with that one there. And ultimately, you know, that's going to happen when you set up those great demos, like you said. And now it is up to Illinois College, that 2-goal deficit. But here's the thing, though. Nobody says a 2-0 lead is safe. That's the most dangerous lead in esports here. So watch out, Illinois College. They cut one back here.
Yep, they most certainly do, as now that 2-goal cushion is gone. A beautiful setup there by GG Runner, who leaves it up for Viper. And that one is going to get into the back of the net, whether you like it or not. Now, just over 2 minutes, it is a 1-goal lead now for Cornell College, 2-1.
Yeah, really dangerous stuff here as T-Girl Sunshine now under some pressure here. A little bit of the vibes have shifted somewhat, and Illinois College, we know they love to run on those vibes, so we'll see if they can start to mount this comeback. Again, they've got 1 goal. They need a second one. Dady Dito, though, wants to get that 2-goal lead back. Nice save that time by GG Runner.
And take a look at this. You like to see the midfield communication, good back and forth, all the way from the midfield line. Off of the pass once again from GG Runner, as Viper is able to send it home. Again, the 1-2 connect will be good for Illinois College.
Yeah, nice that time. And now it's carte blanche. 2-2, a minute and a half still to play here, so still plenty of time to find a winner in game 1. But as it stands, GG Runner, no goal to their name, but certainly been assisting and making those saves for Illinois College. Been really dynamic for their team so far.
That they have. GG Runner now does get the touch, but they get demolished in the process, as we do have a tie game right at around 60 seconds. And the follow-up shot coming from Illinois is batted away. Goes right back up high. T-Girl Sunshine able to get it out to the mid. Viper, the follow-up now, has to get possession away. And time is now ticking until we hit extra minutes, JT.
Yeah, now that would be really tasty, because then you get a golden goal opportunity in the playoffs, and nothing sounds more delectable than that, than absolute, pressure that will increase this series by. Nevertheless, though, dangerous here on the goal line. The shot, just cleared off here. Cornell hanging on by mere threads right now, as these shots come thick and fast from Illinois College.
Oh, looking for the backboard read off the waterfall, as this one's going to go off the backboard again. Dady Dido does go up high, not able to get the touch. Only 12 seconds until that clock starts to tick upward. GG Runner tries to end things here and now, looking for another pass, but it will be blocked by T-Girl Sunshine. Now a last-ditch effort possible for Cornell. The final second is gone. The ball will hit, and we have overtime.
Golden goal opportunity. Next goal wins, as the movie by Taika Waititi is called. Nevertheless, we go Illinois College, Cornell College. Who gets game number 1 and gets that critical advantage here in this first round of the playoffs? It is double elimination, so nobody's going home tonight. But a lower bracket run is a lot less fun than what you can do in an upper bracket. But this shot denied by Flux at the last second. Furby getting dangerous.
Yeah, if that shot had a little bit extra spinach on it, it would have went in. That was awfully close. A little bit too close for comfort, to say the least. Is now Cornell looks to end things here and now. T-Girl Sunshine will set on Illinois College here in game 1.
And like I said, I felt that T-Girl Sunshine was the one pulling the strings so often for this Cornell College side, and she's the one that comes up big here in overtime, getting game number 1 for Cornell.
Yep, that they did. And I got to tell you, it was a great game number 1, too. And this is the thing about Illinois that makes them so scary, is that they are a second half team. This happened almost identical last week, where we see Illinois College, they dropped the first couple of games and then all of a sudden they just start clicking. But look at the shot count. My goodness. 9 shots to the 5 coming from Illinois. Cornell College was just playing on a different level. And of course, stepping up big, T-Girl Sunshine with a much deserved MVP to start things out there in game number 1. But when you look at the stats, again, it's not that different. It was a difference of 4 shots, and that's why possession is so important. Those extra 4 shots, which doesn't seem like a lot, made a big difference when you're looking at the scorecard, and the only difference between the goals is 1 goal. So again, getting shots on target, it's going to make all the difference at the end of the day, and you see the scoreboard.
I mean, you say 4 shots, not a lot, but that's almost double the amount of shots on the Illinois College side there. So again, it showed the opportunities available for Cornell on the Illinois side of the field. Now it's up to see what they can do as a reaction. They've taken the loss here, Illinois College. How do they adjust to this Cornell team that, again, so dynamic and so explosive at times?
Well, let's find out. Here we go into round 2. And we are underway. As you can see, Cornell once again going to take possession here. Illinois College nearly were able to score off the rip. Ooh. A dangerous touch. That one was a little spooky, JT.
Yeah, and then this one right back the other way. Cornell having to make the stop this time. But that was a really dangerous touch right in front of the goal there from Illinois. So a little bit shaky defensively early on in game 2. And Flux has to make the save as GG Runner says, hey, we may be shaky defensive, but we can still make some shots that absolutely make you clench up in tension. Now, 4 minutes to go, and it is Illinois on the attack. Furby trying to get up with Viper. Doesn't happen that time, but Viper still keeping the pressure on here. Denied here. Dady Dito with the save as Furby now trying to add on to this pressure right now. It looks like Cornell has an opportunity to break away with it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're starting to back away from the back passes. Those first couple of back passes from both of these teams were sketch, and it looks like they are ceasing the back pass, at least for now. But I want to bring them back. Those were some interesting plays, and sometimes you do have to be a little bit risky if you want the reward. As you can see, once again, Cornell College stepping up their possession game at the midfield line.
Yeah, it is a curious thing to watch. Flux drops it into the zone. Not going to happen, though, as T-Girl Sunshine keeping the pressure up here. Cornell College. It does seem like Illinois College, after that shakiness at the beginning, tightened up. I spoke too soon. Dady Dito calls me a liar.
And look at this pass. Look at the reaction from T-Girl Sunshine. Off the wall, off of Viper's hit, was able to redirect it mid. I don't even know if there was a call out made. All T-Girl Sunshine knew or had to know was that they had to center the ball and put it mid, and there would be someone there if the positioning was correct, and it was. Perfect play and great heads up reaction coming from T-Girl Sunshine as Cornell College take the lead 1-0.
Oh man, Flux almost had a doink goal there, just went over the crossbar, but you're right, those instinct plays really coming in clutch here for T-Girl as she helps move and propel Cornell College back in the lead here. They looked like they have taken the lessons from game 1 and certainly from overtime, and now they are ready to apply them.
And right now, luckily, that the third player back for Cornell was Flux. Again, that was a pretty close call as we just hit halftime. 2 minutes and 30 of regulation now gone. Illinois College still looking to find their first here in game 2 as GG Runner has to drop back and gets a pretty impressive save, JT.
Yeah, it really felt like he was kind of playing against that offensive player there and really just using them as a way to pass it back to himself to try to gain some of that possession stat there. Not really a stat that's tracked much in Rocket League, but it is a stat that does matter because you got more possession, you got more chances to make those shots on target, which, like you said, maybe you only get 4 more, but sometimes that's almost half as many as your opponent.
Yeah, and you know, just to further that point is that you'd really would be surprised what ends up going into the back of the net, which is why the shot count matters so much, because every time you take a shot, it's an opportunity for a goal, much like this one. And sometimes the best plays come off of missed shots and missed touches, and this right here is just evidence of that, true and true.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time you get a goal, take a shot. It seems to be the mantra from Captain Ahsoka. As it's now 2-0 Cornell College. 1:40 still to play here, so about 100 seconds left to go in regulation, and it certainly looks like Cornell College looking to get back on the winning column here.
I was brought on to cast, not to math. Okay, I'm not doing. You can count the seconds all you want. I'm not going to be able to do that. My cast and math is horrible. Meanwhile, with just 1:15 on the clock now, you can see Cornell College once again with that comfortable 2-goal cushion like they had earlier. But remember, Illinois College late in the game were able to tie things up and send us into OT as they look to do so again. Big demo as now Daddy Dido does get in on the action. Cornell still holding the line strong in front of their own net.
Yeah, I saw you hyping it up there, looking for that, prediction math happening there. Didn't happen that time, but Illinois College still looking dangerous here. Here comes Furby. Looking for that shot now for Viper. Holds it in the air there. Delays, but no, it is going to be denied by Flux. And out to midfield. Time is ticking down for Illinois College in game 2. A 2-goal game deficit. A lot more daunting than just a 2-goal deficit is. And now 30 seconds. Can they find a shot on target? Because this defense has stiffened up for Cornell.
Yep, that it has. I mean, 20 seconds left to go. Rule of 10 still on the board. barely. And honestly, there's still time for Illinois College. It's possible, it's just not probable. Following this final 10 seconds, Cornell should be able to take the second game in the series, as that should just about do it. I think it's safe to call JT. Cornell College will take game 2.
They will indeed. And honestly, I think that it was punctuated by that lackluster shot by Furby 20 at the very end there. I think that was Illinois College in that entire game summarized there. You look at the shot count there, only 6 shots there. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got 9. So again, 3 more than your opponents. It's not a whole lot, but again, it's something here. And now we've got match point for Cornell College, and they are looking very strong in this one. What does Illinois College do to change their fortune?
From the interview that we had last week, pretty much is that what they told me is they go to their IGL. And this is where Illinois College really just decides to focus and listen to one player rather than trying to shout over one another. At least this is what was conveyed to me in the interview last week. Again, Run is out, so it could be causing a stir for Illinois. Again, maybe the communication is off, but at this point, usually there is a player who steps up, takes the IGL role, and is able to solidify with that one voice and that one communication. So that's what I would think Illinois College has to do. But at the same time, we have seen that Illinois College in this exact spot last week. They were down 2-0, about to get swept, and all of a sudden they pull off an amazing reverse sweep. So again, Illinois College still not out of it as we get ready to head into game 3, what could be the last. As you can see, Cornell College are on match point.
Absolutely, and Cornell College looking to make it a sweep there. So folks in the chat, if you want to see a sweep, you got to type out those brooms, as Daddy Dito certainly says, hey, I'm going to sweep this right into the back of the net right off the kickoff.
And again, this was a fantastic cheat up, but even better control with the Dommy. You'll love to see it. Again, that flat top of the Dominus can work wonders, especially if you know what you're doing with it. And it does seem as though Daddy D-Do or Daddy D-Do definitely does. Say that 5 times fast, why don't you?
Daddy D-Do do what he do, because that's just what he does in a Dominus.
Taking control again with the Dominus, able to jump over the demos. Look at that, they both were able to until they couldn't. Furby able to backtrack and come and finish what they started, getting another demolition. But I'm all here for it, I love it.
Yeah, honestly, that's something we haven't seen from Illinois College, and maybe that is a tactic we will see in game 3 as it develops. Could they be using demos to get an advantage? Well, they use some bumps, and GG Runner able to tie it up.
And you know, that's what I love about the physical play, is because even though a play might not occur immediately after the demo or the bump, it still has a ripple effect that causes a disturbance in defensive positioning and rotation. So again, the bumps and the demos and that little extra effort can really go a long way. And just like that, not even a minute gone, and we have a tie game 1-1.
Yeah, now Illinois College looks like they are looking a lot sharper. We'll see if that progresses here, as Flux, again, trying right back off these kickoffs. Cornell College loves these restarts because they're so good at just finding these cracks in the defense off a restart, and they've gotten so many goals this season because of them.
And now you can see the ball lingering in the mid. A big double commit, and it pays off. Puts a little extra oomph into that shot as Illinois College, for the first time in the series, take the lead over Cornell.
Yeah, I think GG Runner. Yeah, that's a mustard there. Add a little bit of mustard on that. You know, a little bit of the ground pepper, the German spice to it. Good shot. 3:40 on the clock here as Viper tries to kick things off once again for Illinois, as they now have a lead, which they have not seen. I think, have they had the lead at all until this time? Yeah, this is the first time they've had a lead.
Correct. And this is going to be monumentous for them, because now for the first time, momentum is on their side and they do not have to work from that deficit. And again, this is what I was saying, you know, prior to the series even starting. Illinois College, they love to make a dramatic entrance. So they go down the first 2, and now they have to play comeback champs. Let's see if they can make it happen. 3 minutes left to go here in game 3.
Yeah, as once again, they're really bossing the midfield as well with these dribbles, doing a really good job of trying to slice through the defense of Cornell College. You see them now, Cornell using these infield passes. Now that's just dumping it into the corner here, trying to delay out some of these targets from Illinois, allowing them opportunities to maybe get some more boost here. You see the boost in favor of Illinois at this time, but also so is the number of cars on the field as Illinois cutting a little bit more heavy with these demos.
And you know what? I love to see it. Again, I'm a villain. You know, I'm a bald guy who owns a cat. It's natural for me to love the destruction. I can't get enough of it, as now you can see Illinois College using the destruction to their advantage, keeping this lead, at least for the time being. Still over 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Cornell to try and answer back.
Plenty of time at Indeed. And speaking of Indeed, Dady Dido popping up to Flux here. They work it into the corner. Flux the shot, and Flux the goal. Solo.
Yep, that's it. Again, you have to watch out for Cornell College, Flux, T-Girl Sunshine, and Daddy Dito. We have seen them come together for some great team plays. The passing is on point. T-Girl Sunshine in particular, able to really put the passes on the money. However, each one of those players are all individually gifted. Just because they don't have help from their teammates does not mean they are not a threat, even when they're going for the isolated plays.
Yeah, that one, I felt like it kind of caught us by surprise. I don't know if you felt that way as well, but it certainly felt like it caught the defense by surprise. They were kind of napping on it there. Didn't expect that shot on target at all.
And now Flux going for another one. Goes up off the ceiling. Doesn't have a lot of boost in the tank. Is now Dady Dido able to send this one up high off the backboard. It looks good. And the crossbar looks a little bit better as that one manages to squeak on by. Cornell take the lead back.
And it's Flux now. Again, you said it yourself. T-Girl Sunshine stringing things up here and able to get out of the way just in time to let them get in the back of net. And Cornell reclaimed the lead here. So Illinois College, they had the lead for the first time in the entire series. And
you know what's,
they gave it back up.
And you know what's even more interesting? I'm sorry I was so abrupt on that, but the thing that was really interesting in that last play is that the pass from T-Girl Sunshine, I guarantee you registered as a shot. It ringed off the crossbar. It was so close. I'm nearly certain that registered as a shot. So when you go back and you look at the shot count and you're seeing, wow, you know, they have a really high shot count, that is why it makes the difference, is because of those shots that register often become assists.
Yes, absolutely. That was definitely yeah, I'm fairly certain that was a shot as well. Like, if it hits the crossbar, that's got to be counting it, registering as a shot. But regardless, now the shot here from Flux is good, and that is 4-2 now. What is going on? Illinois breaking down here in the last minute.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I think Cornell College, they got reverse swept in the last game of the regular season in the previous matchup against Illinois, and I think they took that personally. They're not going to let it happen again, as they have definitely stepped up to make a major impact here in the first night of playoffs. Cornell College looking really good, and you know what? Whenever they do play in high tense situations, you know, whether it be the playoffs or even during the spring clash, we really see what Cornell is made of. Keep in mind, during the spring clash, this was the team that took out the #1 seed ONU.
You're right. I forgot that was the team that they defeated, because we thought it was a shock by ONU, but really Cornell tournament mindset seems to propel them forward, and it's gonna give them a victory. It's gonna give them a sweep. It is game, set, match, and Illinois College will drop down to the lower bracket once this ball hits the ground.
Well, there you have it. It is going to be a 3-0 sweep in the favor of Illinois College. What a game and what a series. I was really not expecting that one to go to 3-0 in a sweep. I was really expecting a game 5, to be completely honest with you, because again, like you had mentioned, they're even in the standings for a reason. They're both equally talented teams, and even though this was a 3-0, I still don't think one team is better than the other, or vice versa. I really think that these two teams are equally talented, equally skilled, and are equally a threat here in the Midwest Esports Conference playoffs. And JT, that wraps up game number 1.
Absolutely, I agree. Both these teams fought hard, very competitive teams. They've got a lot of talent on both of them here, but ultimately it was Cornell College, and you said it yourself, getting reverse swept last week by Illinois, stuck in their craw a little bit there. and they get that manner of that little bit of revenge exacted today. But obviously, this is the first round of the playoffs. Job ain't done, but you gotta feel good if you're Cornell College regardless.
Oh, you absolutely do. And speaking of, this is what the finals are all about. And if you want to see these MEC players live and experience the MEC for yourself, you should come to watch the MEC Spring Championship at the Unified Gaming Fan Fest, Illinois College on April 6th and 7th. Use command !Spring Championship in the chat and follow the link to get your tickets to join us there. This is going to be the makeup of the finals. You're not going to want to miss it. And also, you're not going to want to miss the next series we have for you. Right after this short break, we're going to be right back with more Rocket League right here at the Midwest Esports Conference.
And folks, welcome back. We have with us from the victorious Cornell College side, Daddy Dito. Welcome to the program. Welcome and congrats on the victory, my dude.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, y'all had a phenomenal series to start things off. Again, this is the playoffs. This is where everything is kind of on the line. And you know what? I couldn't help but notice that, Cornell College, they seem to really perform well under pressure. Like during the regular season, you had your ups and downs, but here in the postseason, you seem really locked in. I got to ask you, what is your mindset and what makes the big difference between the regular season and now?
It's all just practice, right? Season leading up to this was us building our pressure, getting to know what we do, and here we are putting the accumulation of all of that together, slapping it down and winning our games.
And certainly able to win those games there. I think one thing we did talk about is that history with you and the Illinois College team last week. Not so victorious, not so fortuitous, that reverse sweep. Was that kind of sticking in the back of your mind for you folks at the start of this match?
Well, Illinois College, we're on really good terms with them, actually. As a team, we really like their team. We became really good friends after LAN. We had some really intense games there, if you guys remember that. And all said and done, Illinois College, win or lose, I like the team, our team, the rest of us, we like them. So, that. But I will say, they fielded an alternate, and the circumstances leading up to that, I don't know what led to that, but they played really well. I'm going to speak a bit from my past experience because this is my first year on the varsity. You played great, right? I had to bat up a bit for a LAN back last year, played as an alternate for our guys, and it wasn't easy. Man, it was a hard time, but I had a blast, and I hope you did too.
Yeah, honestly, good shout out there. And yes, for sure, Furby. And also got to give a shout out to Run. Hope you're feeling well. And you know that, our thoughts are with you for sure. Hope for a speedy recovery. And also, just getting back to the questions about the playoffs and the bracket that we have. My goodness, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to the next matchup because you guys definitely got a lot of fans after the spring clash. You were able to take down ONU, the #1 seed. And now, after winning this game, you have an opportunity to do it again. What are your thoughts getting ready to go for that rematch against ONU?
So step one, I think we're going to do a bit of a VOD review, replay what we did, figure it out, do it again. That's all it takes.
Succinct, to the point. We love to see it. Daddy Dito, excuse me. Thank you so much for joining us here. And honestly, fantastic, shout out there to Furby20 there. Again, like you said, could have been a communication issue there with him stepping up in place of Run. But enjoy tonight's victory, and certainly you got a big task ahead of you.
Yeah.
Oh, JT, I think that'll just about wrap things up there for our first series.
It will, and honestly, what a fun interview. Like, I didn't realize that that was something that he hadn't that experience himself. Kind of stepped up last year, so that's really fun to get that kind of insight from him there, and really felt genuine that they really like each other. So it is nice to see that hey, they're still making friends across different colleges here.
Oh yeah, and the spring clash was great because again they all got to meet each other, talk, and LAN. And LAN is just a completely different experience. So again, make sure that you're using that exclamation point in chat to get your tickets. That is going to be exclamation point Spring Championship, so that way you can get your ticket to the MEC Spring Championship at the Unified Gaming Fan Fest Illinois College on April 6th and 7th. But with that, that is going to wrap up our first series of the night. But don't go anywhere after this short break because we got 2 more series coming your way right after this.
First question I want to ask: have you competed at LAN before?
Yeah, I competed at a few LANs. Never really 3v3, mainly just 1v1 on my own.
Yeah.
So definitely different with pressure when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Perfect. So what are some of your favorite aspects about LAN? What gets you stoked about?
Just seeing the competitors around you.
Yeah.
Kind of it's a different feeling when you're online, but seeing them in the face and everybody else is around you, kind of cheering you on and stuff. Hearing the roars and everything. It's just more vibe.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's say I'm asking everybody these questions. So let's put you on the dev team. All right, you're sitting there at Rocket League HQ. You are in charge of the next crossover, the next content piece hitting. So you just had NASCAR, Lightning McQueen, stuff like that. Who are you, or what are you bringing into Rocket League on your first day?
That's hard.
We already had the Wienermobile answer.
I don't know, because I really wanted Lightning McQueen to come in, and it took them years to do that.
It did, yeah.
They have the DeLorean.
True. Do you play any other games? Any other IPs you're a big fan of?
I mean, I guess a Tesla or something.
Oh, okay, do a little, yeah, get a little.
Because I know the new Cybertruck came out. They brought the Cybertruck.
Oh, Cybertruck would be instant, instant transition for sure. What what kind of hitbox are we working with on that? I feel
that wouldn't be good for an Octane because it's too long.
It's too long.
I'll probably just say hybrid or just something, or maybe Dominus.
Dominus is what I thought, because it's pretty long. Yeah. All right. So Final question. All right. The on your team, who is most likely to go viral, for better or for worse, and why?
For sure, Carson. I mean, Carson, he's a personality for sure.
Okay,
It's,
all right.
With him, like if he's going crazy, he'll probably do a backflip on camera or whatever. He's just very out there. I know he got interviewed not too long ago.
He's hitting the flipper set like.
Yeah. So, you could probably find some clips of him like flipping his desk or raging or whatever.
Okay, all right.
He's definitely a personality for sure.
All right, sweet. Well, good luck in the games today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming.
For sure.
And we're back, folks. Welcome to the second game in the first round of the MEC playoffs here with JT Displays and Captain Soko. We've got ourselves a matchup to behold as we have Simpson College and they are taking on CSU.
Yep, that they are. Let's take a look at that bracket to see how things are shaping up. Of course, after our last series, you can see Cornell College now have advanced into the upper bracket to face off against ONU. And Illinois College has dropped down to the lower bracket. Meanwhile, our next matchup is going to be CSU taking on Simpson College. Friendly reminder, CSU ended up winning the entire spring clash at LAN. So this is going to be your defending champions here for the Midwest Esports Conference playoffs. And of course, the winner of this will be moving on to play the winner of bracket A3 between Miami, Ohio, and Ashland.
Yeah, and that is going to be an interesting matchup as well. I think Miami, Ohio, and Ashland. I think Miami can be considered one of the best teams in this conference here. But here's the thing, though, like it's playoff, it's tournament play there. Anything happens in the playoffs. You know, any given Sunday is moniker in the NFL, but like any given week here in MEC, because certainly that is the nightcap for us. But turn our attention to the rosters here for CSU and for Simpson College here. These are two rosters that have had a little different way of getting here. Obviously, Super Katie, Carson, and Sways have had a really fun time most weeks in the MEC.
Oh, absolutely. Cipricate honestly plays on another level whenever they're hitting. And don't get me wrong, every single player on the side of CSU individually gifted, and they click as a team. It's so hard to honestly say if there is a cut above on this team, because CSU, they're not an individual like player base. It's literally just CSU. When you're talking about the highlights, when you're talking about the plays, it's not Cipricate, Carson, or Sways. It is just CSU. But with that being said, Cipricate has definitely put on quite the clinic from the spring clash through the regular season and are in contention to be part of the Midwest Esports Conference All-Star team. So again, be looking out for big plays coming from CSU. But with that being said, Simpson College also looking to make a comeback and also to make a name for themselves here in the playoffs. As you said, we do have J.K. Rusher King, or J. Crusher King, Barkey, and Hawkeye looking to make a big statement against the defending champs. That is Cleveland State.
Yeah, but Barkey, I like to call him Sparky, because I feel like when it comes to the offense, those plays, they kind of get sparked by Barkey there. So let's watch to see if Barkey is able to live up and provide some of that spark for this team of Simpson College, because I really feel like if Barkey gets shut down here, I think that could be a lot of trouble for Simpson early on.
Well, let's get ready to head into game number 1 as we can see who's going to be able to get that momentum first. Honestly, I think Simpson College really need to come out strong, and they need to score first if they want to get that early momentum on their side. Because the thing about CSU, much like Illinois College, they play great in the late game. I'm never worried about CSU in the first half of the game. The first 2 minutes and 30, I hardly ever worry about CSU because they strike hard. As soon as we hit 2 minutes and 30, it's like a switch has been flipped for Cleveland State. So if Simpson College really want to get the advantage over CSU, they have got to get the job done in the first half.
Strike early, strike often. That's the way to try to break down CSU. And Simpson College is the first to get that task and reciprocate right off the gun. Gets the first goal here for Cleveland State.
Yeah, but look at this. This was coming off of the play from Carson, who was able to tee it up, and then Cipricate coming from the top rope, able to drop that one on, and then CSU take an early 1-0 lead.
Absolutely. And right off the kickoff here, Hawkeye loses it out to Carson. Can Carson do something in the air here? No, says Jay Crusher King. But Sways, again, setting up here for Cipricate. 4 minutes and 40 seconds in this one here. And Simpson College back on defense. They have to play real carefully out the back here. Try to do everything they can, because it does feel like they are going to need to use all of their guile and certainly get a little more physical as the demo comes out there on Jay Crusher King.
Yep, and none too soon. It's never too early to break out the demolitions, as Cleveland State now have to run back to recover, play a little defense. Carson in a very, very detrimental position as they manage to come through to get the save and clear it away. A little bit too close for comfort there for CSU as they turn this one right back around onto Simpson College.
Yeah, and here comes Cipricate dropping it, denied that time. But the second asking, Carson saved away by Jay Crusher King as Barkey can't get in front of Cipro this time. Hawkeye does make the demo though, and there's an opportunity now for Simpson maybe to get a counterattack going on. But quickly, as I say it, it's stopped up by CSU. And now CSU in control again.
And you can see Simpson College, they are pushing their game up, and I love it. They are getting closer and closer to that goal, and I don't mind the attacks, even if it's off target, even if it rings off the sidebar. I'd rather you just build that shot count up than to not try and push at all. So again, Simpson College slowly but surely trying to find their way into the back of the net of CSU. Meanwhile, CSU, they're trying to build up an attack of their own.
Yeah, Carson now at midfield's got support though, with Cipricate there. Looking for the opportunity here is Simpson clearing it out. For Sways looking to line up that shot, denied by Hawkeye. 2 minutes and 50 seconds still to play. And oh, that's so dangerous. Will it go in? It will. Cipricate gets 2.
Sippercate with the Finnick finesse. Look at this dunk. Goes up high, gets the touch and puts it right back down and in. Oh my word. CSU now up 2-0 off of the double touch from Sippercate. You'll love to see it.
Absolutely. Now Simpson College, a 2-0 lead. Hold a fight out of here. But like I've said before, the 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in esports. So Cleveland State, they have to make sure they add to that lead, because certainly I think they don't feel comfortable just leading by 2.
And quick question, does a double touch still count as a double touch if it's off of another player? Like, does it have to be off the backboard?
I mean, I think it counts. You know, like, I don't think it has to be off the backboard. Like, you can double touch off the ground, or you can double it into the back of the net and give it to the next guy.
Meanwhile, Sways, they don't need a double touch here. They just got Sippercate to hit it off the back of the wall, and we'll follow it up to put that shot on and in. Cleveland State are clicking here in game number 1.
Absolutely. They increased their lead by 33% that time, I think. Or they increased it by 50%. They increased it by 50%, yeah. That's how fractions work.
You're asking the wrong one. I'm working with a fraction of a fully functional mind, as these players here are working with 100% brain capacity. 200 IQ plays being made as CSU once again have a shot opportunity, as that one will go down and by the wayside, and Carson comes through with the cleanup.
So now that would be 3 to 4. That's, yeah. No, now we're getting into math. That's too hard for me. Just a good shot here by Carson. Able to get there. Good pass by Sippercate to set it up as well. And those demos getting into the back line of Simpson College here. 4-0 now for Cleveland State. Does Simpson College find something in the bag now to try to claw it back in the minute and a half they have available to them?
Just a minute and 30 to get 4 goals, and honestly a minute and 30 is more than enough time to get it done. But with the way CSU is playing, it's just going to be so difficult. They are literally using their offense to play defense, as the old adage goes, is that the best defense is just a good offense, and CSU has a great offense.
But they also say that defense wins championships, so certainly you want to be stout defensively if you want to walk away with some hardware. Sippercate able to corral this from the defensive half past midfield there before getting stopped out. Final 60 seconds on the board and ticking down. Barkey sets it up, but denied by Carson.
Oh my goodness, what a touch there to clear that one out. And it doesn't get much closer. As you can see, 40 seconds left to go. I mean, we're just about out of the realm of possibility here for Simpson College. It looks like game number 1 should be going the way of CSU as they run down this final 30 seconds.
Final 30 seconds of game number 1. Carson just corralling it right now. I think they're just happy to put this into the corner and try to take as much time off the clock, but the shot comes in regardless. Goes a little wide, but Sippercate, no, they want more. Make it 5, denied.
My goodness. There you go. Just to take a consolation goal on the road. I mean, you didn't really need it, but at the same time, if you got an open net, you might as well take it.
Yeah, stat pad. Why not? You know, when you have the opportunity to pad your stats, it's always looks better at the end of the season. So, you know, when you're negotiating for your new contract, if you're an NFL player, but these are college kids, you know, they've got a secured position here. So it really is just about time ticking down now for game number 1, and it will officially be, will it be 6? No, it will be 5-0 CSU in game 1.
Yep, and that was a great first game coming from CSU. They are going to be starting off with that 1-0 lead in the series, and they are looking really dominant, really strong. I mean, look at the shot count. It speaks for itself. 16 shots on the board. My word. Unbelievable. That is an insane amount of possession. And at the same time, you got to look at the assist, and Sippercate leading the way, getting 2 goals and a playmaker medal. My favorite medal in the game. 3 assists to their name with 100% goal participation. It does not get better than that.
No, that was a very dominant game number 1 there from CSU. Now, to their credit, 5 saves from Simpson. Hey, that's something. Because it could have been 10-0 if those saves had not occurred. But that was a big shift in where the ball position is compared to the last series we saw. So I think Simpson, they have to absolutely bunker down here and find a way to cut through that defense of CSU early. And they got to strike fast, because right now, you saw those stats there. That if that is replicated, this could get ugly.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing that Simpson College needs to do. They have got to get on the board, and they have got to get some momentum back into their favor. Let's see if they can get it done. 5 minutes on the clock, and we are underway here in game 2.
See if Simpson is able to respond from Cleveland State in game 1 there. The advanced metrics really swaying in favor of Cleveland State, but Sway's not there for the save, and it's Jay Crusher King getting on the board first.
And this is exactly what they needed. Nice little jump shot there from the midfield line. Finds the lower 90 of the net. Now Simpson College finally able to take the lead over CSU, and they should have a little wind in their sails going into the remainder of game 2. Still a lot of time here. Let's see if it will bode well for Simpson College.
Yes, it will bode well for somebody taking a shot. Unfortunately, it was CSU taking that shot there. Carson with the laser to the top of the net there. What a shot. Great one.
And not to mention a very speedy one at that. I mean, 14 seconds in between goals. My goodness. They didn't even give Simpson College time to revel in the one goal they managed to get on the board. And now we have ourselves a tie ball game. Still plenty of time. Only 30 seconds off the clock, and still plenty of Rocket League left to go here in game 2.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe Barkey can get Sparky in game 2. That's what we were hoping that they would happen, but Hawkeye certainly showing up on the back end and in the midfield, stringing these passes together for Simpson. Now dumped in by Barkey, looking for the opportunity, maybe trying to find Jay Crusher King, who's got the goal in the Dominus. Can they find another one there?
You can see Carson looking for the ground touch, as Cypricate did try to lead that off with the demo. It was a great play, and it was a great shot. And if we see another one like that, there's no doubt in my mind that it will find the back of the net and give Cleveland State the lead. Meanwhile, you can see Simpson College now starting to build up a little bit of an offense for themselves.
Oh yeah, and these are some really dangerous balls here. I like the thought process behind them here. The intention behind these touches to try to get them into the zone, really try to rattle the defense of Cleveland State. But now Cleveland break away here, as now Simpson turn defense into offense just like that. Hawkeye misses this one here, and it's a breakaway situation for Cleveland. Can they put it in the back of the net? Denied by Jay Crusher King on the back end.
And take a look at this, just over 3 minutes to go. And I got to tell you, Simpson College do appear to have stepped their game up between game number 1 and 2. I mean, at this point in game 1, I mean, the lead was pretty astounding from the side of CSU, and Simpson College have managed to hold CSU out of their net for the majority until Cypricate has had enough of being kept out of the goal. They will get another to go here for CSU.
You cannot stop Cypricate. You can only hope to slow them down. That is the case. It has been for most of this season. Cypricate sometimes just able to put on the backpack and just really carry an entire game.
Well, let's see if they will continue to do so here as we are nearing that 2 minute and 30 mark, halftime as it were. As Simpson College lose possession there. Barkey able to get a big demo there. Open net opportunity, and somehow, someway, Cypricate comes through to save the day and gets a fast break off the save. Cypricate is everywhere.
That was beautiful. This touch here from Carson to set it up for Cypricate. Just what a great pass that time. Quickly, that's picture perfect counterattacking play right there. You put that in the dictionary, you put that in the textbook, and that is exactly what you want to see.
And now just under the halfway mark here in game number 2. It is Cleveland State with that 2-goal cushion. You have a little insurance, not much, as the follow-up shot will go on and it will go in, as now a 3-goal cushion has got to be a lot more comfortable.
3 goals here, and it is courtesy of Sways this time, who was in error on the opening goal of game number 2. Able to make up for it that time. 4-1 here for Cleveland State. 2 minutes still to play in game number 2. A 3-goal lead. What do you do if you're Simpson College?
Well, I mean, you take what time you have left to get goals on the board, or at least get shots on the board. Again, it's not always about trying to go for a goal in the end game. It's just about getting it on target or even trying to set up a pass. So you don't have to always, go for broke, but it looks like CSU are going to do just that. Even with a 3-goal lead, it simply isn't enough. CSU extend their lead to now 4.
Another one in the back of the net there. Makes it even more difficult for Simpson College to try to mount a comeback, but right now Simpson College showing a little bit of disorganization there. It really does feel like they kind of get in a little bit of disarray after 2 minutes left to play here, doesn't it?
It definitely does seem that way. Meanwhile, I mean, CSU, they have been dialed in and locked in from the get-go, from kickoff of game number 1, and it doesn't seem like their focus is or can be broken. And that is one thing that I noticed during the spring clash as well. Even when CSU are looking a little worse for wear, they're not perfect. They have had flaws and they have tripped up in games past, and yet it doesn't phase them mentally. They always come in with a great attitude, and they always nearly never hesitate. As you can see, Carson showing no hesitation there to find the 6th goal now for CSU.
Now, a 6th goal here. I'm curious to know what the stats are at the end of this matchup here. See just how many shots were on target here for Simpson College. It does feel like they had more opportunities here in game number 2. Certainly more than just 2 shots on target that they had in game 1. But right now, they are certainly losing the tide. With 50 seconds left to play here, game number 2, can they come up with something just to try to firm up in the last few seconds to try to get any sort of momentum going for that pivotal game number 3?
And that's the thing. That's why it's so important that, to try and get a goal on the board no matter what the clock says. You want to try and build up some momentum going into the next game of the series, because the last thing that you want is to go into the next round on a drought. That you do not want to be on a drought going into the next game. And with that, Barkey is able to break the drought. Now it is going to look a lot better for Simpson College as we get ready to head into game 3. And again, Simpson College able to revitalize and to revive themselves here in the late game of game 2.
And let's give credit, to Hawkeye there with that fantastic bump in the net. That's what you want to see to set up that goal there for Barkey. Barkey providing that spark with the goal, but it wasn't there if Hawkeye's not there to make that fantastic demo. As the final few seconds tick down in game number 2, Cleveland State, they will not get a Brazil, they will not get a Barca. They do get 6-2 victory in game number 2.
They do, and the most important thing is that Simpson College scored last. They weren't able to get the win, but they were the last ones to score, and that's going to set a good tone for them going into game number 3. But once again, it's that shot count. My goodness, you're looking at it right there. That is going to be 13 shots, and that looks pretty good. Hang on, my math is off. That is 11 shots. My apologies. Again, I am here to cast. I am not here to math. Okay, so again, that is 11 shots to the 7, as you have said. But once again, you're looking at Cleveland State, and the big thing there, of course, is going to be the assist column. You got 5 assists coming from CSU, and that time it was Carson leading the way. Again, Cipricate, definitely a standout player, but it's CSU as a whole that is the team. It is the MVP. It is CSU.
Yeah, and I did also think that Carson is pretty pivotal for this team as well. Not just Cipricate, but now it's an opportunity. Will they sweep? Will CSU sweep this, or does Simpson have enough in them to force game number 4? We are about to find out as game 3 kicks off.
Well, here we go. 5 minutes on the clock now, ticking down. Game number 3 underway, and what could be the last game of the series that CSU looks to sweep here. They are on match point, and Simpson College are going to start off on the offense.
Yeah, dangerous shot, but rolling back the other way is Sippercate's touch, and it is an early goal, 15 seconds in.
Oh, that one was so dangerous. Again, how quickly the game can change from playing offense to immediately having to recover to play defense. And that's what was troublesome about that. Simpson College, they sent too many too far forward, and no one was back in time to play the defense to save the net. And just like that, CSU will take a 1-goal lead, but easy come, easy go. That 1-goal lead is no more. Simpson College tie us up back at 1.
A tie ball game. Carte blanche, and right off the restart as well. A fantastic little maneuver here by Simpson College. Able to catch Cleveland State, I think, a little bit off guard with that one here. And now, Simpson, are they able to find some momentum here in Game 3? Let's hope that they are able to do so, because they certainly were getting a little bit more improved in Game 2. And now Game 3, maybe they can find them and unlock a little bit extra.
Let's see if they can. As now it will be a battle at the midfield line here, as some 50-50s are going to fall in the favor of CSU. Sippercate does go high, able to get the touch out of the corner off of a questionable double touch. A little risque for my taste, as this one falls right back down to the mid, and the shot from Sippercate is good.
Wow, just a laser into the back of the net there off the touch. Man, can't place it any better. They're right behind your opponent. That's a great shot by Sippercate, and that's why they now have the lead once again, a position they are quite familiar with and I think very comfortable with.
Absolutely. Now look at Carson looking to be a little bit of a danger in the air, as that one does get 50'd back onto the backboard of Simpson College. Now into the corner. Hawkeye doesn't have any boost to follow it up. A big pass to the mid. Nobody there to reciprocate the pass from Sippercate. Is now Simpson College look to try and build an offense here.
Yeah, a little pop-up here by Hawkeye. Off the backboard, dropped it in there. Waterfall down, nobody home for it, though. And now trying to get back on defense is Cleveland State. Looking to take advantage of this one here. Cleared out well by Simpson, though. Gives them that opportunity at 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here. Sippercate bobbing and weaving there, but it's cleared out as Simpson manages to make the stop right around midfield here. Right as I say that, Sippercate the shot there, but Barkey is able to direct it away from the net. Man, it just feels like at any moment you got to be careful, because the CSU team can just strike from any position on the field.
Oh, absolutely. And we've already seen that. I mean, we have seen what CSU can do from within their own half. They get a last-minute epic save, and all of a sudden it turns into a fast break that goes the other way and ends up being a goal. CSU, just a threat no matter where they are on the map. As you can see, they are once again going to be striking against Simpson College. Another shot on, gets saved away by Barkey.
Yeah, now Jay Crusher King not able to get the pinch he wanted off that one here. Has to go back and try to fight for their life on defense, and now they are able to stabilize for a moment, but it's only for a moment, because Carson and Sways and Sippercate, they're going to come in, and maybe they're going to try a doomsday dish there. That shot on target there, but ultimately off the mark as the save comes in here. But with 2 minutes left to play here, CSU, they've got a goal here, and they've got match point if the scoreline stays the way it is.
Yep, under 2 minutes, though, plenty of time. Simpson College, again, fighting back really hard here in game number 3, and they have managed to hold CSU for a lot of these shots, keeping them out of their net. But with that being said, they're still down a goal. Playing all this defense isn't going to tie them back up. They have got to start getting that offense moving and getting out of their own half.
Absolutely, but they have played a much firmer game on defense. Simpson College here in game number 3. Now, this is where things can get a little hairy for them. That little bump of your teammate there not going to help, as this shot will be rolled in here. Sippercate makes it 3-1.
Nice little chip shot here, and this is what I was talking about. These are the fast breaks, the cherry pick all the way downfield. Sippercate goes from playing defense there at the midfield, and then they push up and they find an opening. The cherry pick play was perfect, and then of course the pass coming from their teammate as well in order to find them on the other end of the field. And it just goes to show how CSU is able to turn their defense into offense, as Sippercate will find another.
Absolutely, and they can't blame a double commit team bump on this goal. This one was just a good read by Supercade in the air there. 4-1, Simpson College, under 2 minutes to go. This is where things get a little hairy, like we said, and that is proving true yet again here in Game 3.
I'm sorry, I just got a heart back for a moment. That dunk in the air from Cypricate was nasty. Oh my, I didn't even see that's how it went in the first time. I thought it was just straight down from Cypricate, but no, it was just a 50-50 read that redirected it back into the net. Absolutely disgusting. Cypricate is just cracked. I don't know what to tell you. They are phenomenal. It's now less than a minute to go here in Game 3 as the time now ticking against Simpson College. They got 45 seconds to try and find 3 goals.
A daunting challenge. Like, I'll be honest, that's a hard one. Not impossible, but now you got 4 goals you need to find in 35 seconds, and that becomes almost insurmountable.
Well, you know, again, this isn't my theory, but this is, again, a theory that I think, you know, is present in Rocket League when you're looking at comebacks here, which I like to call the comeback theory, is that whenever you're down a deficit, you want to allot yourself 10 seconds per goal. That is the theory in the realm of possibility. That is what has been done. That is what we have seen to be done and what we have evidence of actually happening. Anything beyond 10 seconds per goal is outside of the realm of possibility, according to this Rocket League comeback theory. So at this point, theory would say that yes, we are outside of the realm of possibility. Cleveland State will take Game 3, they will take the win, and they will take the series.
In dominant fashion here, this time not by 8 goals, not by 10 goals, by 4 goals. It is game, set, match, CSU taking the victory in a sweep. And the shot differential, I imagine, is going to be looking pretty bleak on in terms of the differential there at the end of this series, all said and told.
Yeah, CSU just came in with an ironclad attitude that they simply wouldn't be denied, and they were not. I mean, again, CSU, there's a reason they won the Spring Clash, and if you ask them, they will tell you it's because they want it more. They do not rest. They do not take it easy on any team for any match at any moment. They are just always playing their best, no matter what, and it's really good to see CSU coming in strong to start things off here for the playoffs, as they do take their first game, and they will be moving on and will push themselves further into the upper bracket. But in the meantime, you have got to keep in mind that it's not just about, you know, these players and their standings and, you know, how good they're doing, how many wins they have. It's just about the gamers in general. And esports events are more than just a place to compete. It's a social experience. We already heard Cornell really good friends with Illinois College, and that can be said for a lot of these teams. They meet each other and they get to know one another, and you really get to meet your friends and your rivals. You get to bond and grow with your peers and create memories that define someone's esports experience. It can capture the passion of esports in its truest sense. Gamers and their experiences are just one aspect that's covered in Unified's newest offering, Mastering the Arena People Power Esports, which you can read. Getting ready to head to a quick break, but when we come back, we should have an interview for you lined up with one of the directors from CSU, so do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences.
The most common angles that the operator plays. This is like second to only B long. Fight is likely having a leg shot, but they're too slow. Hariri lands a perfect headshot.
Laying in the damage, showing them on out. Going into A4, look at Socket. Laying in the middle,
Socket?
laying in the damage. Going in, revenge for their honey.
No way!
Way taller. Socket Wabe gets the quadra kill.
That was
So, kind of sounds fun, so I'll give it a chance. And then we ended up playing in high school the next 2 years together. We've been playing ever since. So he kind of taught me the game. We've been playing on a team since then, and then now we're in college, so we can't play together anymore.
Touch just yet, but the damage is coming through. The melt line gets melted. Jinkwall on a killing spree, and all of Ottawa goes down.
Why? Those don't go in. It goes off the sidebar.
Starting to come out, the flash is popped, the rolling thunder is utilized to perfection, and now it's all on Thiessen, but Thiessen just keeps on going.
Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
And welcome back, folks. We have with us the director of Cleveland State University's esports team there, PJ Farrell, with us here. PJ, congrats on the victory over Simpson with your team.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
Well, one thing I want to ask you, all the players said to me in their interview during the Spring Clash really stuck with me, and it's that they want this more than any other team. Do you feel the same way? Is this something that you instill in your players?
You know, the Rocket League season's been very up and down. We had actually one of our players broke his wrist a couple weeks ago, and it kind of caused us to put in one of our bench players, which was Sways, who's playing on our second team. You know, but it's kind of weird that the chemistry that they had, that they kind of jumped in, and Sways and Carson kind of have this really good flowy energy, and Cipricate's kind of just that glue that holds us together. And it wasn't really until that first tournament, until they really sat down and started playing a lot, that they were like, you know what, we can do this. We can win the whole thing. So yeah, and after we kind of talked a little bit, they just had that passion, and so we got to go for it.
Certainly, it's worked out well so far. Obviously, you said that, you know, Cipricate there to be the gel. Is there anything that you guys do as a team that really allows them to kind of accentuate in that role, or is there something that you kind of instill, like is there something in that player that you find kind of makes everything else gel, or is there something that you're doing to try to like accentuate any specific play style?
Yeah, it's a great question. Tamir's a really special player. He was somebody that I really had my eye on last year. So when we were looking for some different Rocket League recruits, he was one that really stuck out to me. And we had kept in contact for a long time, and he decided to come up from Philadelphia to visit the campus and was like, this is really where we want to be. And it was great to also get Carson, who's from California. So he's actually a freshman this year as well. So both of them coming in together, they're rooming together. They got along right off the bat. And then them going to, we have some team workouts that we do with some of the other teams, but both of them just have a really good energy together. So them just kind of being together, seeing other recruits that we have on campus, and kind of helping out with some community service and some different things. They've been able to gel outside of the game as well as in the game, which has been really cool.
Okay, now this question for me is a little bit, well, it's not a little bit, it is. This is going to be a two-parter question that I think is going to be a little bit unique. One, because we talk about the players all the time, we talk about the brackets, we talk about the games, but I want to ask you specifically as an esports director. So other people out there who are maybe interested in being esport directors or esports coaches, I myself, after I get my degree, am looking to become an esports coach. What advice do you have for them who are looking to become esport coaches and esport directors? What advice would you give them?
Something that you have to have is just a lot of passion, and you have to have a lot of patience. Something that I really thought going into it was like, oh, I'm going to be able to play video games with my guys all the time, and I'm going to get better at the games. And I haven't been able to play a video game in months, you know? So it's really just about managing my teams and making connections with the other directors and setting up schedules and, you know, kind of just getting involved with my players when they have problems, setting team disputes whenever